Christmas comes to town.
Welcome everyone, and I've got another look at some of the yummy foods we've been having around here lately. We're going to start off with this super simple supper of BLT on naan bread with some of the delicious Trader Joe's tomato soup. This was oh so easy, but you talk about flavor packed. So very good. Let's get into this one. I love this garlic naan, the little mini naan, and I had no immediate thoughts when I bought this at Aldi. I just knew that we hadn't had this in a good while, so I looked around for some recipes and I saw this one and thought it would be perfect to make on this cooler evening. And I had the Trader Joe's tomato soup already in my pantry, so it's kind of a BLT and tomato soup kind of situation, only with the naan bread. And so I was excited to try this. I hadn't made anything like this with the naan bread before, so that's what inspired this meal. So I am just chopping up some tomato here, and I'm going to shred up some lettuce. Those will be the toppings for our BLT. Alright, here's my bacon out of the air fryer. I just have it draining on a paper towel. I think about 2 slices of bacon per naan bread is great. Of course, put as much or as little as you want. I am going to put down some mayonnaise on the bottom. We love mayonnaise on our BLTs. And then I'm just going to go in with the bacon. Like I said, I crumbled that on top, put on the shredded lettuce and tomato. Here is the creamy tomato soup from Trader Joe's. If you have not purchased this from there, you are missing out. If you love tomato soup, this one is an A++. It's really good. Of course, it's the twist top. You can put out what you want and store the rest in the fridge until you're ready to eat the rest of it, so that's really convenient as well. But I decided we were going to go for 2 big bowls fulls. I love these little bowls. I got at Walmart at the beginning of the season, and I just microwaved this tonight. Super simple. To top things off, I had some freshly shredded cheddar cheese I put on top of the soup and on the BLT on the naan bread. Had some Ritz crackers on the side, and I just can't say enough about how flavorful this was, how delicious it was. Oh yeah, and we can't forget this. I went in with some French fried onions. I love those things. So this one was really good. This is just a little twist on a traditional, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tomato soup meal by using the naan bread. It just was really delicious. We just folded it like a taco. I think this would also be great maybe to serve as an appetizer if you cut it into maybe fourths. A little messy, but oh so delicious. And a little bonus clip here, the following day I decided that I was going to use another one of these and make a different type of naan sandwich. So I went in with some pesto. I just heat the naan up in my air fryer. It gets kind of crispy on the outside and just soft and pillowy inside. So good. I put down a layer of pesto, a piece of provolone cheese, and then I had some fresh chicken. I'm getting ready to show you what I'm using that for. But this is fresh out of the crock pot. I just used my kitchen scissors and got that all cut up, put that on top of the provolone cheese, went in with just a little bit of seasonings, and folded this one up and ate it the same way as the other I showed you. Oh yeah, some tomatoes as well. So good. So yeah, the possibilities are endless with this. This also might be another nice appetizer. Cut it in fourths maybe. So yummy. I'm going to show you one more thing. If you have a seeded bun, I can't help but think of a yummy ham and Swiss sandwich that you can get at places like Arby's or Rack's Roast Beef or Hardee's, places like that. These are so good, and I don't know, I flashed back to these and I had seeded buns. So just Swiss on both sides, ham in the middle, and zap this in the microwave. How simple is that? I don't know what it is about the combo of the Swiss and the ham that is so good, but it just made me flash back to when I was a kid having these every now and then from Arby's. So good. This was a lunch one day, and I just had to throw this in here. This would also be a simple sandwich to make to serve with soup during these cold winter months. Alright, you're definitely going to want to make this. I'm pretty sure it'll be a favorite of yours just like it is of mine. Into the crock pot, I am putting 2 boneless skinless chicken breasts just to do their magic cooking in the crock pot. Chicken just is so wonderful this way. Put a little seasonings on there, salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and I'm going to let these cook away. What I am making is chicken lasagna. This is my mother-in-law's recipe. She's made this as long as I've ever been around. I have enjoyed this meal, and of course now I make it myself. But I remember this from when I first met James, and we've been married for 31 years, and we dated several years before that. So this is one that has just been a favorite for all those years. So I'm cooking up my lasagna noodles. I am making 2 kinds of lasagna. So the first one I'm going to show you is a chicken lasagna, and then I'm going to show you just another one. So stay tuned, but I'm cooking up, I think I have about 18 noodles here that I am cooking up. I don't have quite enough water, but I just kept pushing them down, and they eventually got all under there. Just cook up with the package directions. Right now, while these lasagna noodles are cooking, I'm starting to work on the bread that I'm going to serve with that. I'm using these King's Hawaiian rolls, and I am taking this meal rather than having it here at home. I am taking this, so I am going to put it in a little throwaway pan. That's nice, and when you're taking someone a meal that you don't have to worry about dishes that need to come back to you. So I'm squishing these in here as best I can. I'm using 9 of them, and what I'm going to do is make a cheesy pull-apart bread. I saw this on Instagram maybe a while back. I'm going to use these 3 string cheeses, cut them into thirds, and then I'm going to make a slit in each one of these rolls. I'm going to shove the cheese stick down inside and pour a garlic butter mixture over top. And I imagine that these were delicious. I need to check and see how they enjoyed them, but I think these would be really tasty. So I'm going to get these all filled with the cheese and pour over the butter mixture.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels.
Chicken is out of the crock pot now. I'm using my kitchen scissors to just give that all a good shred. Such an easy way to do it, and we will begin making the mixture, the filling for this chicken lasagna. Of course, as always, look down below in the description box for the full recipe. But to about 4 cups of shredded chicken, you will add 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 can of cream of mushroom, a half a cup of mayonnaise, and a half a cup of sour cream. Those are the ingredients for the filling for your chicken lasagna. I like to season mine with garlic powder because I think that just makes everything taste wonderful. Well, almost everything. And I'm going to give this all a really good stir. All right, into my pan here, I've got it sprayed. Like I said, I'm taking this meal to someone this evening, so I'm using this disposable pan. It's sprayed with cooking spray, and you just build your lasagna like you would a traditional beef lasagna. Layer of noodles on the bottom, go in with your chicken mixture, and then you do cheese, and then layer all over again. And for my cheese, I am using sliced provolone. I just tore it up into pieces, and then I'm going to top it with cheddar cheese.
In excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, Jesus, Lord of heaven and earth. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid. Sing with us our Savior's birth.
This is one of my hands down favorite meals. I love this so much. The flavors are delicious. It's very easy to put together. It's just a real winner. You've got to try this chicken lasagna. Again, look below for the full recipe. All right, I am going to be making some meatloaf here. I'm going to make it for the freezer. Comment down below, have you ever done a meatloaf for the freezer? So I have, you guys, I told you in that last meal there that I was taking that to someone. That's why I didn't show it to you completely baked. I took it so they could bake it themselves. I have two brand new grandbabies, you guys, two grandsons. I am just over the moon. Over the moon. So Henry is a big brother now, and our youngest grandson, Courage, he's a big brother now. So excited. So this makes 6 grandsons for us, and I wanted to be a help to these precious mamas that have these new babies. I know they could use help in various ways, so I'm doing some freezer meals. So I did some taco meat prepared. All they'll have to do is thaw that out and have tacos. I sent some taco shells with that. And then I did these meatloaves and sent Bob Evans mac and cheese and mashed potatoes that are already prepared with that. And then I did a pork chop meal, smothered pork chops for the freezer. So this was I really enjoyed preparing these things for them. I know it will be a help. And I'm going to do some other things as well, but this is what I did initially to get them some meals for the freezer and a fresh meal too for both. And others have pitched in and taken nice meals for them. It's just such a help when you have a new baby. So all that to say, that's what these meatloaves are for. I decided to make a double, split them up into these loaf pans. Just put the foil, write the directions on there, and they can just pull these out from the freezer and make them. And I did get reports back that they were really, really tasty. So I think this is great. I need to do this for myself as well. So comment below if you've ever done a freezer meatloaf or what your favorite freezer meals are. Once I got this all done, I put them in Ziploc bags. These are nice and compact. Don't take up a whole lot of space. And like I said, they could just pull this out and have the mashed potatoes and the macaroni and cheese with it. And it's just such a big help. These would be great to take into someone who's sick or like I said, just making them up for yourself to pull out ahead on a day that you know you're going to be extra busy. And this really took no time to put together. It was really, really quick. So I really need to do better about that, even just for us. So that is what this is here. And lastly, I guess I'm showing you lasagna 2 ways. I'm using this creamy tomato basil sauce from Trader Joe's. I have my ground beef already fried up and drained. And I'm mixing just a little bit of that in with my meat, not the whole thing. I am making lasagna roll-ups. I have wanted to make lasagna roll-ups. I've had, that in the back of my mind for many years, and I just have never done it. So that's what I'm going to make here today. Now, when I made that chicken lasagna, the day I made that, I prepared my whole box of noodles, knowing that I would make this as well. So, cottage cheese, I always use ricotta. I think this is the first time I've ever used cottage cheese, but this is what I had. Did not have ricotta, and knew that this would work out just fine, and it actually really did. I don't know if there was that big of a difference at all, maybe just a little. I just added my eggs, Parmesan cheese, got this mixed up really well, and this is what I am going to put as the base for my lasagna roll-ups. I'm just going to come in with my meat mixture, and I'm trying my best not to overfill these. Like I said, I've never made these before, but I know that overfilling them would be easy, so I'm trying to not do that. You can also see where I put some sauce in the bottom of my pan, so I want to have that there to kind of sit these in when they are all prepared. So just kind of going through, eyeballing, trying to put about the same amount on each one, and you just kind of, look at this as you go and kind of get a feel for it. And actually, it turned out really great. The meat mixture amount in the roll-ups turned out really well. Just want to roll these up, get them in your pan, and then I just took all of the sauce that I had left, the meat mixture, poured it over top, and then I added on my cheese. Now, to be honest, I've always wanted to make these because I just think the idea of it is fun, but I thought I probably will prefer just regular lasagna. Everything's probably going to squish out when you cut it. It might be nice for, say, when you're serving company, like each person gets their own little roll, whatever. But you know what? They were great. It didn't all squish out. It worked out just great. It's a little more maybe time consuming, but it's just kind of fun to have these little individual lasagna roll-ups, and I would make it again, definitely. Of course, the taste tasted like lasagna, but just having this little different twist on it was fun. So like I said, I'll make it again. Look below for the whole recipe. I'll put the bake times and all down there, but just put some good coating of cheese on the top, baked it in the oven, served it with a salad. I had a couple of these little French rolls left, put a little bit of garlic and butter on that. It was a delicious dinner. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful and Happy New Year. I can't believe that this year is coming to a close. I thank you for every time you stop by. And if you enjoyed this today, give it a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you've not. And I'll see you the next time. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.